Ew.
Hey, yo.
Ew. Woo.
Sorry for the, whatever delay. Uh, just a little bit of a slow start, but I just want to. I can't really express enough, and as my Raiders are playing right now, and certainly disappointing me right now. Uh, the
As they
magic
are wont to
of,
do.
as is tradition,
Mm.
uh, NFL Sunday was
Mm.
outstanding. Yesterday, it
Mm.
was great. It was everything that I wanted. And the Raiders did not play, obviously, because they're doing whatever terrible things they're doing right now. So, Red Zone. I mean, Red Zone is the way to watch football if your team is not involved. So, a lot of the time, like, you just want to watch Red Zone. You got your fantasy team going, but then it's like your team is going. So you're like, flip back. But no, yesterday had none of those problems because the Raiders were undefeated yesterday.
It's
And
true. Technically
sprinting
still undefeated.
towards a loss.
They're
Well,
technically still undefeated.
we'll see
Enjoy
how
it for
long
the
that
next.
lasts.
Yeah,
But
enjoy it for the next 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
I'm seeing some signs of encouragement from the house. But Tyler, how are you doing? How was your weekend?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, got to spend some time with some friends I haven't seen in a while this weekend. Friend of the program, former guest on the show, Brian Romero, hung out with him while he was
Oh, yes, sir.
in California on a sabbatical from his duties on television sets in North Carolina. Hung out with him, got some nice sunburn action. I showed you my sunburn in the shape of a very phallic shape, shall we say? So that was great. But
Whoa.
what?
Come on.
What? It's the truth. But no, all in all, man, doing good. Just watched a lot of football this weekend. Watched a bit of baseball, a bit of soccer, man. Just real good fun weekend. Ron, how about yourself? How was your weekend?
It was great. I mean, I was kind of, I was willing to accept. We were just kind of doing the anniversary, like holiday, like vacation weekend, but
Sure.
we did come back Saturday, so just pretty good taste of college football, even though it wasn't like a really stacked weekend there, but some entertaining results, shall we say?
Mm-hmm.
And
And fallout
the
from those
fallout.
results.
Yes, well said. And then, I mean, I can't stress enough.
So it's a little bit of both, Cease. It's a little bit of
Yeah,
both.
call them A, call them B, call it what you want. But I can't stress enough how just totally refreshing it was to not have the Raiders play on the opening Sunday because I knew, which I'll have to, live update. I don't want to get into it, but just watch Red Zone all day. Fantastic. And there were
Mm.
so many like great games. The morning games, more of those turned out to be entertaining than I thought they would be. We had, I think, at one point, like 3 or 4 onside kick possibilities, at least at the end. So,
Yeah.
it was a great Sunday to like just sit there and veg out. I just see the red zone. Like that's how I like to do it. So it was incredible.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was on the road during most of the morning. I think I watched like the first quarter of the Chargers game. Then I was on the road, but I did have my phone. I had Sling open on my phone with the Red Zone channel, so I was listening to it while I was driving home. And of course, I didn't hear any of the players I have in fantasy mentioned all day. So I was like, "Oh, this is kind of set the tone for how I'm doing." But no, still very very enjoyable.
Raiders money line still alive. All right. And also shout out Jaime, big Bo Cephas guy. I hear you, bro.
There you go.
But let's hit the rest before we hit the
Okay.
best, which is
Okay.
the glory of NFL football Sunday.
Hmm.
So let's, sort of, well, one of them is very negative, but we'll get there. But on a lighter note, sorry, Dale. Woo! How about them Ducks? Quack,
Oh
quack.
boy. Oh. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. I don't want to say it gave me hope as a Michigan fan because I'm still like very much, kind of like the battered
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome Michigan fan. But Oregon, like I feel like you and me could have each ran for 100 yards on that left side. That Oregon was just like every time they ran to the left, it was like 10, 15,
It was
15
like
yards every time.
automatic, like just
Yeah.
giving it up. Like at the horseshoe, like this is supposed to be like your, fortress. Like, man, you guys are just leaking right now. Like, Oregon was just gashing them up. And Lord knows, look, I'm a UCLA fan, and thank God that the Fresno State game is this weekend, not the past weekend, because
Oh man.
I could have guaranteed they would have lost that game, and they might
Yes.
still lose.
They could still lose.
There is a strong possibility. I can't guarantee either way. Entertainment, it's all for entertainment purposes only. But I just feel like this is a very UCLA move to drop a game to Fresno State, which has come very hard at everyone they've played so far, win or
You know,
lose.
you know, Cease, maybe I get 5 yards and then Ronnie gets 95. Maybe that's how it works. 100 yards between us. Mostly Ronnie, because
Yeah,
I,
I'm more of like
I'd
a
go about
stretch
5 yards.
guy.
I'd go 5 yards and I need a ham sandwich. I think that's kind of where I'd be at.
I'm like a screen guy, I
Mm-hmm.
get to the sideline, stretch it, move it side to side. But
Right.
I just thought that the history of Oregon and Ohio State really needing this, I thought it was going to be completely different than this. And shout out to Oregon. I mean, they just punched them in the face and never let up.
I won't say I necessarily saw Oregon winning. I think I did predict them to at least cover, but I think the odds were also like they were like plus 13 or something like that. But I mean, I don't want to say I saw this coming again, but like after that first game when Ohio gave up a lot of points and a lot of yards to Minnesota, it's like this defense is a real concern, and their defense wasn't even that great last year. So I mean, it's again, I could totally see by the end of the year Michigan finding a way to get shut out by this terrible defense because that's what Michigan does in the big game now. But they really got to tighten up that defense, man. And that's not a knock on Oregon. Like Oregon's got to put up a lot of points on everybody, but Ohio's defense is just not up to par to what they're used to. So I'll be kind of interested to see if that bites them in the ass again later on in the year.
Well, I mean, taking the loss this early on, definitely a setback. But you're going to have whatever marquee games. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Do they play like? Obviously, they play Michigan, but like Penn State this year.
They
I
do
don't
play.
know. I
They'll
mean,
play. They will play Penn State. They'll play Michigan State, which who knows. But Penn State and Michigan are for sure on their schedule. I don't know what the opposite. Actually, hang on. I have the Bible right in front of me. Let me check that out. So looking at
I'm
their schedule the
always
rest of the
of
year.
the belief of like, and it's kind of like a fatalism thing. Like, yes, I want to, like, I am a UCLA fan and I root for the Pac 12, whatever it is, Pac 15, but they always go east and lose. And I thought
Yeah.
this was a nice statement for Oregon. I mean, not to say I'm any kind of Oregon fan, but punch over the mouth. like go into Columbus and beat their ass.
So looking at their schedule the rest of the year, it's a pretty light schedule with the exception of October 30th, they host Penn State. And then November 27th, they'll be at Michigan. But again, Michigan, the last decade or so in that rivalry hasn't really held up their end of the bargain. So really, Penn State's probably their only difficult game left on the schedule.
And yes, I will give you credit, Barron. I did check the record. He did call it. All right. Stop clock right twice a day. But
so now, Ron, here's my question with you being the Pac-12 guy. Which team in the conference will
Pac-12 guy?
Which team in the conference will Oregon inevitably lose to because nobody from the Pac-10 ever comes out undefeated?
Oh no, it's like cannibal season. It's like The Walking Dead out there. So I'm gonna say, oh man, give me Oregon State. Like kill them.
Beavers. There you go.
In the rivalry game. Like it's gonna be something dumb. Like or it's like Arizona. Like
Oregon State did beat them last year.
See? So they're about that action.
Let me see. So they've got Arizona at Stanford, home against Cal, at UCLA, home against Colorado, at Washington, home against Washington State, at Utah, home against Oregon State.
Or, maybe Utah, but we'll get there. It just, Pac-12 after dark. It gets weird.
It gets so weird. It's the best.
When we get later in the season, it gets even more weird.
Yes.
As evidence to our next point. Wow. Unfortunate result, of course, for the powerhouse that is USC. Look, I was texting you and Justin today. Even though I am a UCLA fan, I'm not a USC hater. Like, I didn't go to either school. So USC should be regarded as like a powerhouse team. Like all the Heisman winners, all the national championships, everything they've done. It just seemed like this was coming for a long time and a weird time now to announce that they have mutually agreed to part ways with Clay Helton.
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody was, especially after the game Saturday, where they just got thoroughly beaten down by Stanford, who had just lost the week before. Everybody was calling for Clay Helton. I think I saw, was it Keyshawn Johnson sent out a tweet basically saying, like, I've completely lost faith in this guy, like, to lead the team, which,
yeah,
like, I totally get it. But I also got to ask, like, why week 2? Why do you get rid of him now? Like, why did you not do it in the off season? Why not wait till later in the year? Like, what difference does it really make? Why hang on to him just to get rid of him in week 2? I think that's kind of
why not do it 4 years ago? Like, he's been like they say all the time in soccer, like the caretaker. Like, all right, he's a solid guy. He can recruit. He can keep like sort of the level that we want, but he's not like the guy, but we trust him. But how long could you do that for? Like USC probably needs like more of a force than that. And I don't know where they go. Like James Franklin, maybe? Like
I think I know I'm not the only person that's made the joke. I know everybody in the world has made the joke. But look, Urban Meyer is probably going to get come down with some health issues at some point in time in the next few weeks, and then a couple weeks after that, he will wind up being the new head coach at USC.
But that's like the kind of coach that really, like, even as a UCLA fan, like USC should not be like a I don't know kind of job. Like that should be a pretty prestigious. Like, if you get that job, that's pretty great. All the talent in California, like, the history, everything going on with USC, it just seems like whatever internally is going on there is really messed up. The fact that he went this long and it was always like, oh, well, give him another year. Like, he's a decent guy. Like, he's okay. But that's not really like the standard of USC head coach.
So there's something that I remember actually hearing. I believe it was our guy Petros Papadakis said once. This was a couple years ago, talking about USC and how they really, since Pete Carroll left, they haven't been the same USC. And he brought up the point. He says, like, who's the last talent they actually developed? Like, the guys that get there their freshman year, that's as good as they're going to be their senior year as well. Like, there's an issue where they're just not developing guys. They're hoping they can recruit based on talent and then just kind of ride with that. And it's, I don't know, it just hasn't. I don't know if college football is that way anymore. You can't, unless you're Alabama, you can't just like pick whoever you want and they're just going to be like really good and get better. Like, they do need to find a guy that can keep kids in Southern California, because as much talent as there is, kids are going other places. They're not going to USC. They're not going to UCLA anymore. They're going to Alabama, to Ohio, to Oklahoma. They're going all over the place. And so you got to find somebody that can get those kids and then develop them as well. Like, actually teach them things, figure out what they're good at, figure out what they're bad at, at least get them to be average instead of bad at certain things. So it's not an easy thing, because I don't know who's out there that could do that. But that's what they need. Like, they can't just coast by on like, all right, we're just going to recruit these good guys and that's it anymore. It's just like, the game's changed. They can't do that.
Well, I think they could quickly get back to that. Like, if I was some kind of, hotshot like De La Salle head coach, or some, FCS school, like, hot shit coach, like, USC should be an attractive job. And there's a reason why people are like, you know what, I'm good. Like, you should want to go there. Like, so I think it's like an internal thing. Like, you're always going to have talent at USC. Look at like the running backs. Look at the offensive linemen. Defense, of course. Like, all over the field. And you would be like the hot spot of California high school recruits at USC. That's where you would want to like rope those guys into. And that has just kind of faded away. And they just kept stringing along Helton. And now they fire him after 2 games. Like, well, that just lets me further know that you really don't have a plan.
See, so you got a fair point. This is another reason why I think Urban Meyer's going to go there. So he doesn't have to worry about these violations of players getting paid anymore.
It's all good now. Free game.
Yeah. He's going to have to find some other way to fall into trouble with the NCAA.
But a couple more on the CFB ranks that we should hit on. Texas is back.
Texas is back, baby.
Back to being whack. But they are back. And, wow. Good luck with the SEC. That's what you wanted. So have fun.
Bro, you're getting repeatedly punched in the face by a team that is probably the 10th, maybe the 10th best team in the SEC. They're out here punching you in the face. And, like, look, they lost by 19. It wasn't even that close. Like, honestly, if it was 40-0, I would have been like, yeah, that
definitely
sounds about
was
right.
not.
So, like,
it could have been worse, kind of thing.
They are. Texas in the SEC is what Arsenal would have been in the Super League. Just like, you used to be something, now you're just getting beat down by these teams that are obviously better than you. But hey, you're going to get paid well doing it. So hey, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good, right? All in the game.
So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with. Look, Texas probably going to. I think they've got like another cupcake game, and they get into the Big 12, which not a very good deep conference. Nobody plays defense there, so Texas will probably put some more points on the board. But yeah, that's absolutely a rough look if you're just taken out behind the woodshed by a team that will probably finish last in its division in the SEC.
But rest assured, Texas is back.
Always back. Always in a state of backness.
Like forever back. This one also I wanted to point out because it was incredible. R.I.P. Bobby, but one of the greats all time of college football, like
no doubt,
unquestioned. But wow, I think Tyler, actually, you had a great tweet about it. Like, what are we doing? Just keep everyone in front of us like we can't lose the game. And yet, no, they shed that to the side. No, cover one. And then no one could tackle. And then, and now you lose.
Yeah, if you didn't see the play, because this happened pretty late Saturday night, Jacksonville State down by 6 with like 4 seconds left. They've got the ball like on their side of the field. So obviously the only play is a Hail Mary. Anybody that knows me knows I hate the prevent defense, but there is a time and a place for it. That is the time. That is the place.
That is actually the reason for it on one play. Like
you put 4 guys with their heels on the goal line and just say, don't let anybody get past you. Like, that's it. That's what you do. Instead, Florida State must have popped in NCAA 14, hit the Ask Coach Corso button, and he said, run cover 1. So they ran cover 1, and they wind up...
Not so fast, my friend.
They wind up giving up a completion to about like the 20-yard line, and then 2 guys run past the receiver. He cuts inside and scores the winning touchdown. It's amazing how far Florida State's fallen. And I say this as a Michigan fan. Like, Florida State, they are on some hard times right now.
Hard times.
Hard times, Daddy.
You know what? Honestly, like, if you look at what we were talking about before, who is on harder times right now? Florida State or USC? Because I feel like Florida State could get back sooner than USC. USC, it just seems like some kind of like structural, like internal problem. Like, this should be a desirable place to go and be the coach. No one wants to go there.
I mean, maybe I might agree with you just in the sense that the ACC is top to bottom probably weaker than the Pac-12. So Florida State would get back quicker in that sense. But I mean, they've got some massive problems in their organization as well. Like, it's not a desirable place to go anymore. It used to be. I mean, look, I've never been to Tallahassee, so I don't know how desirable it really is. But like, Florida State used to be a desirable program to want to go to, and now it's just kind of like probably like 4th, 5th team in Florida right now.
I mean, they still have the name value. Like, it kind of came up today too. Like, all right, well, is USC like Miami now? And I'm like, look, we love the U on this program, but
all about the U.
The U just kind of seems like hope springs eternal. Like, it never really comes together. But USC seems like a once proud, storied program that no one wants to be involved with. So it just seems kind of damning on USC's part that they're like untouchable. Like, nah, I'm good.
So I think Florida State's kind of the same way now too. But yeah, I don't know. It's I guess sunrise, sunset on all empires fall, right? So new powers rise, old powers
Very
fall.
True.
But, overall, a fun weekend in college football for sure. Obviously, more big results, and we'll talk more about this upcoming weekend. I know we've already mentioned the upcoming UCLA Fresno State game. Do not sleep on that because Fresno State does not give a fuck who you are. They
And
come out to
they
fight.
will cover. I'm putting it out there right now. They will cover.
I would tend to agree with that. Of course, please believe that.
Please believe that. But
just
let's
couple other quick things. Let's just do a couple quick things before we get into the NFL.
Yes.
All right. Just real quick this weekend, our guy Mad Max getting his 3,000th career strikeout against Eric Hosmer, which that made it even better. You can see here just how rare that is for 3,000 strikeouts. I mean, 32 guys have 3,000 hits, 28 with 500 home runs. So just an insane, awesome performance by him. I know he threw an immaculate inning in the second inning. He was perfect for 7 in the third before, ironically, Hosmer got the only hit of the game against him. But Scherzer, well, it'd be really tough to almost have him at the trade deadline and then miss out on that. I can't imagine what that would feel like.
I mean, yeah, Padres probably should get that guy on your team. I don't, what went wrong? I don't know. But yes, 3,000 strikeouts. That's, I mean, we knew he was going to the Hall of Fame, but 3,000 strikeouts is definitely a Hall of Fame kind of number right there.
I think that almost locks first ballot, I think.
Yeah. No, it's no looking back. He's going in, and shoot, I'm happy the Dodgers got him. And maybe, look, sorry, Padre fans, but it could be the case that the Nationals, kind of swerved you guys. I don't know. But it's looking pretty good to have him on the Dodgers right now.
And then real quick, because I know the NFL is going to be the big talk, so let's just real quick look at the Premier League scoreboard from over the weekend here. Kind of the big news of the weekend was, of course, the return of Cristiano Ronaldo to Man U. Did not disappoint. Got 2 goals against Newcastle. First one at the very end of the first half, and got another one at the beginning of the second half. He came out, balled out. Man U got the win. I think they're actually on top of the league standings right now.
The second one was great, and also the Fernandez goal was excellent.
Oh, the Bruno goal! Oh man, that was a beaut.
Certified banger. Justin, I don't know what happened to your Spurs. I mean, I know they prefer to live on the margins, but wow, they just got whacked by Crystal Palace.
And you know what? I take it back. The biggest news of the Premier League this weekend: Arsenal scored a goal, ladies and gentlemen.
Arsenal did score.
The national nightmare is over.
Yes. Our long national nightmare is over. My man can take the mask off his face.
Oh, mate.
Pull it down. Have a night, son. Because Arsenal is back, just like Texas.
Arsenal is back. Just a couple other news notes. Our Hammers, just a very flat, uninspired game. Long term, I will never be disappointed with getting 1 point on a road game, but it was a very winnable game, and it doesn't help that Antonio picked up 2 yellows. The second one was a really stupid one, so he will be out for the next game against Man United. So that's not going to be fun.
Awesome.
But again, hopefully Europa League's this week, bro. Europa League is this week, so we'll see what happens there. I see. Sorry, Justin's camera came on backstage, and I don't know what he's celebrating. But
you know what? Actually, at this point, I feel like let's bring in on the Nicholas Barrios mobile public notary hotline, because before we go to the football, which football, before we get off the soccer and go to the football, I want to bring into the program No ID Justin. How are you feeling right now about your Spurs?
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm watching something else right now. I'm watching something I should be watching.
By the way, I'm glad you took that back off screen because I was worried about that being up when we brought you on.
I had to. I had to. It looks like it was a little premature. Are you live? Are you watching delayed there, R-Man?
I don't know what's going on. I don't want to watch it.
Do you want me to tell you?
I don't, but I feel like you will.
Well, I won't if you don't want me to. It's fine.
Just lay it out.
Okay. You guys exchanged long field goals. They hit theirs to go ahead by 3. Left you with 30 seconds. Derek Carr knifed 2 passes to Edwards out of nowhere. They were like, "Oh yeah, we got Edwards. Let's throw Edwards the ball." 2 nice chunk passes. Carlson nails a 55-yarder to tie it back up with 2 seconds left. You guys go to overtime. You win the toss. Carr drives them down the field. They do an all-out blitz on 3rd and 4 from the 30 against you guys. Derek Carr off his back foot hits Edwards up the sideline. Edwards catches it and lays out. Looked like a touchdown. It was called a touchdown, but it looks like his knee was down. Raiders ball on the 1-yard line, about to go in for the game-winning score in overtime.
All right. Well, that's probably the best I could have hoped for out of your analysis, so I will take that.
There you go. She's ahead.
There it
She's
is.
live. So you guys punched it in. You have it on. They called the touchdown for Edwards, which sucks because I'm currently winning a FanDuel lineup with Edwards in my MVP slot. So if he would have got that touchdown, I probably would have finished higher, but that's okay. So, yeah, Raiders win. My dad will be happy. You should be happy. Raider Nation. Celebrate.
Yes, I won, I believe, like $116 if the Raiders won, in fact.
Nice.
So,
Yeah,
shout out
I'm
to
feeling
me.
it.
Who
I
else
can hear
can
the crowd
thank
going
but me?
crazy.
Oh,
All right,
man,
well,
it's getting active. Wait, before we get to the NFL, because
Yes.
I'm very happy that we have Justin in here, but I just want to get your Spurs take. Like, what happened? What went wrong?
They were all watching the Dallas game. Like, it was tough. They were all watching the Dallas game, and they stayed out late.
On a 2-day delay.
Yeah, they stayed out late, and then they were getting
They got that Nick Hulu feed.
That's it.
No, honestly, we're charitable, man. Like I said, we don't try and embarrass anybody. We don't try and score any more goals than is necessary. But in this game, we saw the preseason ranks of the fan optimism, and when we saw Crystal Palace was so high, we were like, man, we can't just crush all those people's hopes and dreams. Let's go ahead and let them beat the first place team. We'll get first place back, no problem. It's not a big deal.
The charitable club. I
Let
like
them have
that.
their moment of glory. You know what I mean? Cup of coffee in the big time. That's all
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what? That's a fair opinion. I like that. So we'll see what Spurs still have on deck going forward.
And I love you Spurs, but I mean it's American football season now, so you're on the back burner.
Fucking A.
There you go.
So let's get into the real. NFL. God, it was great. And look, bonus for me that the Raiders apparently seem to have won this game. But the great part about it was they didn't play yesterday, and all I could do was watch Red Zone and not worry about the fucking Raiders.
Oh, I was in the
So-
same boat. I was in the same boat as you. It was a nice,
Exactly.
Nice day. It was a nice day.
So let's run it down from the top here. Eagles and Falcons.
Dude.
The Falcons just kind of suck anyway.
Nope. Nope. Doesn't matter. The Eagles are going 17-0 this season. They're not going to lose a game.
See, that's just negativity. What happened to my Cowboys insider? Like, where's the heart? Where's the belief?
Sorry, I just started doing some math in my head. Like, wait, so what is Dallas' record going to be if the Eagles are 17-0?
14-3.
Okay, there we go.
14-3. bumping it up from 13-4, due to the loss the other night, but 14-3 at this point.
Okay.
We're gonna shit stomp the Chiefs, but we will lose those 2 games against the juggernaut that will be the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles this season.
No. Please, God, no. I can't, you know what? I'm not even going to be able to accurately, navigate this right now.
So if we're looking at this, I am amazed at how poorly the Falcons offense did. The fact that Eagles won, I definitely didn't expect that, but I thought if they were going to win, it would have to be in a high-scoring game, and the Falcons just shit the bed on the offense. So that's going to be
oh no,
interesting to see.
I'm
oh no.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Oh, no.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, this is
guys,
such good.
but,
This is such good live TV. But
Wow.
so yeah, Eagles go out there, surprisingly get the job done. Hey, good on them. Go to the next game here. This one definitely surprised me. Steelers beating the Bills.
I think that surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned earlier, I only got to listen to the Red Zone. I didn't see much of the game, but I did catch some highlights later. And it looked like the Bills receivers dropping a ton of passes. I don't know for sure what was going on there, but ugly performance for them.
Awful lot of Cole Beasley can't catch anything type there, so.
But yeah, definitely surprised.
I'm just going to be honest. I hate the Steelers, and this is exactly
Really? I
what
didn't
they
know
would
that.
do.
I didn't know you hated the Steelers.
So the fact that they did win that game, unfortunately, did not surprise me because that's what they do. They live to spite me. But, I mean, the Raiders do the same thing, as we have clearly seen. God, I was upset by the freaking Steelers. I'm more mad about that than whatever happens to the Raiders. We live to fuck up. So, all right.
You know
It
what?
happens.
You're playing with house money at this point. The Ravens have won their last 3 Week 1 games, 30 points or more, 3 straight. So the fact that you.
But what about my bet?
Yeah.
I never bet on my own team. And
Well, that's your fault. First of all, that's your fault right there.
it is my fault.
In
But-
my opinion, this just gives me
damn
more time for more fantasy points from Edwards. Let's do it. Come on. Get the
Well,
ball
there you
back.
go.
Let's go.
There you go. I like that thought. Going
I
on
am
to the
very
They're
upset.
showing
But let's
little
get
kids
to the next
crying.
one
They're
because
showing
it will
little
make
kids
me feel
crying in
better.
the end zone.
Please.
Yeah, so next game, Bengals go into overtime, beat the Vikings on a last-second field goal here. Look, gotta love it, man. Jamar Chase he didn't drop a single pass this game. You see that, and you gotta think, man, Bengals, they're gonna win the division. They might do
yes.
it. They might do it.
And Joey B, that's my dog until he dies. But, good pass protection. It looked like even on the run game, Mixon was getting off a couple times. I like the Bengals. Yes, we all know they're going to hit a wall and get screwed at some point. But until the wheels fall off, let's go Bengals.
It doesn't matter, man. The Falcons are going 0-17. There's no doubt about that.
That's true. At this point in time, I'm actually unironically believing that.
And on the Vikings, losing and then going into the next game, Niners, they were kind of manhandling the Lions, and then the Lions, came on strong. It was almost like Stafford never left. It was typical Lions football. Make a bunch of mistakes, get your ass handed to you in the first half, and then have a late surge and make it respectable on the final total.
A lot of garbage time points.
Lions look better than any team in the NFC North this week. You can't debate that. They're going to win the North. Lions are winning the NFC North. I'll tell you.
You know what? I won't even argue that. The Lions probably did look the best.
I am
Nah,
so
it's
upset right
madness.
now. I can't even. I don't know what's happening on the TV.
But
Um,
yeah,
Mark Andrews caught a pass, and you guys crunched him and forced a fumble, and somehow they're not giving you the ball. They called it an incomplete pass.
Well, I mean, thanks, Al. But for real though, thanks, Al. Like that's my guy.
I'm just here. I'm just a messenger.
Another one. Oh my god. Oh my god. I
No,
can't
that
even.
I don't know if that one
we
was out. They're
we
slightly
can't
ahead of me.
we
There's
can't even do the show right now.
we
Like
can't
this
we
is
can't we
No,
can't.
we will power through.
Let's go. Cardinals Titans. Hey, Kyler Murray, baby. Kyler Murray for MVP apparently.
Dude, Cardinals look very good. Uh, Hopkins, it was a giveaway that they even got him in the first place, and he was looking super
Oh,
nice.
that ball's out.
Like he was doing so many things. Like why? I can't. Everyone is coming at me with all these. I'm in a wave of so many emotions right now.
Okay, so listen.
Shout out Cardinals. Shout out
oh my
Calamari.
god.
He was nice.
Titans
But,
blow, man.
Yeah, I agree. And to the point where you were even seeing like the fans booing Mike Vrabel for
Oh my god.
kicking the field goal when it was like, we should go for it, that kind of thing. The worm definitely turns quickly. And I wouldn't be so like quick to judge. Like this guy put you on the map. But
Wait,
all of a sudden, they hate this fool.
Did you just use the forbidden term? You can't say I wouldn't be so quick to judge on an overreaction Monday. You can't be using that nonsense. You can't be doing that.
Oh, you're right.
Titans suck.
Boom.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No, yeah, like I had such high expectations for their offense. I figured they had enough weapons to spread defenses thin, and they just sucked. They got their asses handed to them. Taylor Lewan looks like he should retire from the way he was just getting beat. I mean, just absolutely
He got
terrible
whipped.
performance. It does not inspire confidence going forward.
Seahawks Colts.
All right. Let me thank you, Justin. Keeping us on track. I'm very emotionally all over the place right now. So,
I got you. I'm multitasking, man. Seahawks Colts.
see, that's my guy. But, yes, what we thought would be the revelation with the Colts defense. Oh, my God. Why? Never mind.
Russell Wilson will throw for 60 touchdowns this year.
Ball game Raiders.
Also, DK Metcalf owners were sweating it super hard early in the game because that fool didn't have a catch until like the third quarter. But
Yeah, but he made up for it in
going
the
on.
second half. Yeah, look, they got a lot of weapons. I'm going, look, Russell Wilson, 60 touchdowns this year.
Yes. Overreaction Monday. Yes. And actually, perfect
That's a
time
good
to hit
number.
the Chargers Washington football team game on this Overreaction Monday. Tyler, how you feeling?
The Los Angeles Chargers have the best offensive line in the NFL. The way that they were pushing around that vaunted Washington defensive line. Just shout outs to Rashawn Slater, new picked up center Corey Linsley, Bulaga. Hopefully he gets better, but Storm Norton filled in for him nicely. Chargers' best offensive line in the league. They continue to push people around. They're going to put up 50 points on your Cowboys defense this weekend, Justin. Granted, they may also give up 50 points just as easily, but that's a whole other conversation. The
enough,
Chargers
fair
will have the
enough.
best offensive line in the league this year.
Because as you know, being that we're going to be 14-3 and lose twice to the Eagles, we can't lose to you. We'll probably put up 64, Maybe 67, depending on what the wind's like, if we want to go for a late field goal or not. But again, that's just I'm right there with you. Probably you're probably looking at 16-1. Your Bolts 16-1, ladies and
There
gentlemen,
we go.
and they will be running into the juggernaut that will be the Houston Texans in the AFC title game.
Also, your Chargers do have to play the Raiders, which I do fully expect at this point to go undefeated and win the Super Bowl. So I'm just throwing that out.
That's also an impossibility because we already called 16-1 for the Chargers, and we already called 14-3 for the Cowboys. So since you have both of us on your schedule this year, that's overreact all you want, but it's not happening.
Right, mathematically, you have to have at least 3 losses.
No. I refuse to accept that. No. We team of the decade, State Raiders, best team of all time, and Derek Carr, max him out. He will retire as a Raider and go into the Hall of Fame.
I do got to ask, did either of you guys see the video that took place inside Washington's in the Washington football stadium, as Justin likes to call it, of the sewage dripping out into the crowd?
I did see the video.
Nothing. There's just nothing that sums up that franchise more than just sewage dripping all over their fans.
That actually really was a poignant and unexpected but very accurate assessment of just life as a football team fan.
Barron's a longtime athletics fan. Would he like to comment, being the foreground expert on sewage flowing in a team stadium? Is there anything he would like to add to the discussion?
I'm sure
we're efforting on that.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Yeah,
he's the show's Fauci of sports sewage.
He is definitely our sewage stadium insider.
All right, next game, Panthers Jets. Who really cares? I don't even have an overreaction to this. I don't have a reaction, let alone an overreaction.
I mean, shout out Big Rob Anderson. I loved it. I definitely loved the augmented reality Panther video thing that I saw.
That was nice.
Yeah, ripping the Jets flag off. Like, all right. You guys are probably going to beat the Jets. Like, we don't have to have a virtual Panther killing them. But, it's a nice touch. And shout out to them.
Winners of the Sam Darnold Bowl.
There you go. All right. Next group, for some reason this got deleted, so I had to re-upload it to our bank here. But the last game of the morning here was the Texans beating the Jaguars. Like you just heard Justin say a second ago, he's saying that the Texans will be in the AFC Championship game. There you go. And Urban Meyer will not be the Jaguars coach by the end of the month.
Love that take.
It's not a take.
Obviously,
fact.
We know USC, they be hiring. So, oh man, my heart don't work so good. Oh, now he's down. Boom. Now he's coach of USC. Would not be surprised by that, but he's trying to hold the line. So we'll see. The Tyrod Taylor-led Texans. Shout out.
That's right.
Getting it done. What a warrior. And whatever, dude. Everyone expected the Chiefs to win, which they did. But I'm going to say this.
Overrated.
All praises due to the Browns. Like, they came out hard. They were going, like, fourth down. They were going for it. Like, you got to do what you got to do because that team is going to flip the switch and just start throwing up the points. So, yeah, obviously they're not quite built for that life just quite yet. And then, yeah, like the personal foul, the guy punching the coach, that was really dumb and short-sighted. But, I mean, I like the way the Browns coached it, Like, they went for it. They were like, look, we got to put the pedal to the metal. We got to score as much as we can until they get it going right. And it wasn't enough. And then the Chiefs got going, and they scored. And they scored and scored and scored again.
If we're going overreaction Monday, I'll say this: the Browns lost this morning. The Chiefs won it. The Chiefs will not have 10 wins this season.
Love it.
Overrated.
Well, the Raiders, like, we know how to beat them. And we're undefeated right now. So I'm just saying.
All right, next game. Dolphins go into New England, beat the Patriots in a pretty ugly, just brutal slugfest there. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, one of us three last week said take the Dolphins money line. I think one of us three said that last week. And look what happened. It would have paid out nice.
I mean, obviously, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that.
Please believe that.
But, yeah, I wasn't really disappointed in Mac. I mean, yes, he had some rookie mistakes, but he's clearly like the guy. And I think, honestly, that's a big deal. Like, for a quarterback, just like having that trust, like, hey, you're the guy. We know there's going to be like fits and starts or whatever. Like, we're going with you. So, and, there's a lot of talk about his like outsized confidence, whatever, but I'm not writing him off. And, I just think that division is really, it doesn't look good for the Patriots, but, they put up a good fight, I guess, I would say.
At least they'll get 2 wins against the Jets.
And you have the Jets. So, the punching bag that is the Jets. But, yeah, good luck. I mean, if you really look, all right, well, when you go to Miami,
Dude,
they already beat you at home. So there's that.
we can't
The Bills are good.
we can't undersell this though, man. Belichick's on the hot seat, dude. Like he's gonna have to.
Yes.
Look, disappointing last season. They didn't make the playoffs. They're out to an 0-1 start. You're right. His job is on the line right now. He's under a microscope.
Promote his son, Joe Dirt.
I got nothing to follow that. Let's go to the last games. Saints absolutely take the Packers out behind the woodshed.
Packers.
Your guys' thoughts?
Look, man,
may not win a game, but Jordan Love's going to throw for 5,000 yards this year.
There we go.
All right, that might be even too hot for Overreaction Monday. But, look, I threw it out there to you guys. We all know, like, all right, it's cool now. I'm back. Like, I want to work. I want to have, just like I felt bad that you guys were overlooking me. All this Aaron Rodgers stuff. Could he be low-key taken? I don't know, because he looked like shit in that game.
So I'll say this. In an NFL game, if you throw the ball in the dirt on every play, your quarterback rating will be 39. Aaron Rodgers' quarterback rating for the game was 32. He was less effective than if he just spiked the ball every play.
Hey, 38-3. What is Aaron Rodgers' worst loss in the regular season of all time?
Boom.
Look, man, I'll even say this to you, Justin. Like, you turned me around, made me a huge Pat Mack fan, and in turn, I have grown to enjoy Aaron Rodgers in that element a little bit more, because he does like shoot from the hip. He seems kind of candid. Some of the shit, it's just like, all right, dude, like you're not smarter than everyone in the league. So that wears a little thin. But he showed up. He's like, all right, I'm going to be here. I'm going to play hard. I got my guys. I just want the team to like let me sort of have more influence, whether blah, 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 whatever. But he looked like a fucking dog out there. And I don't know if it was like the heat or whatever
I
it
think
was,
I think
but he sucked.
you could actually hear him. The mic, the field mic picked him up when he threw that deep ball interception. He just said "fuck it" right before he threw it.
That's
he
what
was
I'm
over-
saying.
He
Like,
was over it, man.
if
He was
this
over
guy
it.
truly is the smartest guy in the NFL, do we not think he is capable of just low key subterfuge, like taking this team? Like, hey, I'm back. Like, it's all good, whatever.
I
But
mean,
like, he might have that up his sleeve. Like, just you know what? I'm gonna
Saints
nuke the team.
Saints are riding high, but keep an eye on COVID protocols going forward because word is that Jameis Winston was running around with his hands folded in a W, sticking his fingers in everybody's mouth in the locker room after the game. So we don't know what's going to happen going forward.
So here's the question I have about this game. I think everybody's kind of looking at it from the wrong side. All the talk is about how bad Aaron Rodgers was, right? The real question we need to be asking is not will Jameis win an MVP, but how many MVPs will Jameis be winning?
I'm gonna put it down right now as 3 MVPs for Jameis.
Consecutive or spread out?
I'm gonna go 2, and then maybe an off year,
I mean,
but then
dude,
another one.
let's be honest. Right now, he's on pace for about 85 touchdowns and
Hmm.
about 1,600 yards passing. So
That's
those are
look,
MVP numbers if I've ever
Look,
seen.
you love the Spurs. You love they win 1-0. That's what Jameis is.
It's
He's the
about
efficiency man.
efficiency. Yes,
Touche.
dude, Jameis. It's no better story in the NFL. Like, that's my guy. The interception machine that he was and probably still is. But hey, suck it, Packers. Boom. Go back to Green Bay, wherever that is.
All right. So next game we have here, we see Broncos go into the Meadowlands, beat the Giants. Very boring game. Nothing really to write home about. Again, just like the Jets game, I don't even have a reaction, let alone an overreaction for this one.
Yeah, not really, except
No,
it's
dude.
unfortunate for the AFC West that the Broncos did win. But,
Giants.
I mean, the
Yeah,
Giants.
that's the undefeated AFC West.
Hey, the Giants.
True
Giants are
facts.
gonna shock some people this year, man. Giants are really gonna. They're gonna wow some people. They're gonna open some eyes. They're looking at 4-13. Let me tell you.
I was going to say, are they going to open eyes to how bad they are?
I feel like you're just building them up, like the Eagles, like the football team, just to make the Cowboys' inevitable 1-loss season look that much better.
No, he said the Cowboys are going to have 3 losses. 2 losses to the Eagles.
Wow.
The Eagles will not lose a game. They're
Sell
not
them
the
short.
Giants. I don't know
And
if you guys
then-
knew this. Jalen Hurts is easily like, if you like blended Patrick Mahomes with like Bo Jackson and Joe Montana, that's Jalen Hurts.
All right. You right. I see you. Devontae getting loose out there. Like 18 to 15 fantasy points, depending on the format. But then we have the nightcap. Bears at Rams. I mean, shout out to SoFi, I guess. It did look cool on TV. Stafford, look, I'm not
He looked
bashing.
good. He looked good,
Not
I
bashing.
thought.
He looked good.
6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns. Book it.
Ah,
Boom.
boom. Take that.
Yeah, look, not much else to say, man. Rams, they look good. The Bears, I don't know what was going on with some of their coverage. I didn't expect anything much from the Bears offense, and they delivered about what I expected, which was not much. Rams go out there, get the nice, easy win to start 1-0. Is the NFC West both Western conferences undefeated?
West Coast, Best Coast. I mean,
Yeah.
you already know.
And then you got the entire NFC North winless.
Winless, yeah, that's right.
Mm,
And,
gotta stay.
Yeah. So, like,
But you know what? I will say honorable mention to Motor City Dan Campbell. I mean, God, they came back, and I was like, all right, this is kind of an afterthought on Red Zone, but oh man, they keep coming back on here, and then it's like, ooh, they got the 2-point, ooh, they got the onside, like. So, in the history of Lions football, I thought that was like a good little, I don't know, nugget stepping, just like something to be hang your hat on.
No, that's the thing. See, that's what you're not a Lions insider. You don't realize. You just described the entirety of Stafford's career with the Detroit Lions. Basically,
Well, he's
every
free.
game they played, whether it be under Caldwell, just whoever was a head coach. Maddie, pencil in my beard, Patricia, whatever. It didn't matter. Every time they would get smashed in the first half, they'd come storming back. Look, they got heart. They got heart. Look at them. They're making it close. They're making it a game. Onside kicks, everything. 2-point conversions, loss.
Right, yeah, because their starters were just throwing 80 passes a game against the other team's backups in the second half. So yes, of course, all the.
How about Chris Collinsworth did not make any bones about completely ball washing Matthew Stafford every time he threw a deep ball. This is what this offense has been missing. This is what everybody's like shitting on Goff.
This guy,
secondarily. It's like Goff didn't throw for 3 touchdowns, and he had a solid game, and he's got a fraction of the weapons, So it's yeah, it is. It's funny, but yeah, 60 touchdowns, 6,000 yards for Matthew Stafford, and he'll probably sit the bench for rest the final 2 games of the season. So.
Book it. I like that call on 15 games. I love it.
I like that.
All right, well, I think that's all we have because we don't have the scoreboard for the Raiders game, and Ron didn't really get to watch the second half. So maybe we'll let you catch a replay and have a little insight on Wednesday. I also think we should probably never do another show while the Raiders are on Monday Night Football.
You know what? It did kind of backfire, but in the best way possible. I mean,
Sure.
Raiders going
It was
undefeated.
entertaining.
Whoa. That it means nothing. I
It's
can't
just
see
a
it.
bright, blinding light. That's all it is.
Either
All
way,
right, well,
Raiders
yeah.
Super Bowl champions. Sorry to the rest of you guys, but I mean, it's pretty much confirmed. So, just take what you can get after that.
Derek Carr,
Fans of other
435
teams.
and 2 tutters. What a monster. MVP. Derek Carr MVP.
What a stallion. What a stallion.
Absolute stallion.
No way that guy ever.
Who is ready to ball? This guy.
This guy.
And Derek Carr.
And Derek Carr, yes. All right, well, that is going to do it for us tonight then. Thank you very much, Ron. Thank you, Justin, for jumping on here for a relatively successful Overreaction Monday, for the first ever Overreaction Monday, first of probably at least 17. But thank you all very much for joining us. We'll be back here on Wednesday, probably do a little recap of the Monday Night Football game and whatever else is going on. Ron, you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
No. Just all hail our new Raider overlords that will run rampant through the NFL.
All right, well, then with that, we bid adieu. We will get out of here. We love you guys. You know the drill. Keep the fire.